Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Brian and Ryan's Search for the Meaning of Life. I think that's the name of our podcast. And
Yeah, that's it. Pretty close anyway.
yeah, and on this very special emergency episode, it is just the two of us. No special guests
Next
whatsoever.
time. We'll
Eh,
have one next time, I swear.
Yeah, so you just got to deal with our shit. So, Diddy, how are we going to get into this one? Do you want to explain? So me, for our or for our tons of listeners at home,
For our
um,
humble listener.
our tons of humble listeners, me and Brian seem to have had separate instances where we've ended up bloodied and bruised and broken. And we haven't told each other the backstories yet. So, Brian, I think I'm going to let you go first since yours looks a little, no offense, simpler.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I was working at Petco this morning. You know Andy Seaman, right?
Yeah, I love semen.
He was talking about, he was training me on the forklifts, but as
Yeah.
soon as I got on a cherry picker, I started driving it and I turned right into a pole. My face. No, it's not funny. My face hit the grating on the
Oh my
forklift.
God.
Andrew was on it with me, too.
Was he okay?
He didn't get anything. I got hit. I got hit right in the face with it.
That is a pretty funny story, though. I'm sorry it happened.
It's okay. I don't know if I want to drive forklifts though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove pallet jacks all day though. That was fun.
Yeah. What do you think it was just your lack of experience with the forklift, or were you nervous? Like, what was the deal?
I kind of had like a panic or something.
Hmm.
Like, cause you turn this knob to turn the forklift, and I like turned it too much and it turned too far on me.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not used to it.
S-
I'm not used to using like a control stick either, cause you use that to go forward and backwards,
hmm.
and you have your foot on a dead man switch. Like
Gotcha.
if I remembered that, that's a break if you lift your foot up, but I didn't think because it happened in like 5 seconds.
And Diddy, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to drive one of those ever again.
So Andy pretty much hooked you up with this job?
No, employment agency called Cornerstone did.
Wow. And is it a long-term gig or is it temping? What's the deal?
They're giving us a weekend as our trial, and if they like us, they're gonna keep us. But I'm not sure if they like me because of that accident I had.
Well, did you handle it gracefully at least?
Yeah, I tried my best to, and I stayed the rest of the day.
Okay, but and I could see that going either direction, no? Because they might be like, well, this guy can't drive a forklift, fuck him, or they might be like, we should hire this guy so he doesn't try to sue us.
I don't think they try to sue though.
Mm,
But they did let me train on the other pallet jack thing, which is like a kind. You know how like a hand cart looks like, where you put it into a pallet and like move it up and down to lift the pallet.
yeah,
You basically ride on one of them
oh, that sounds
because it's
fun.
like, yeah, it is pretty fun. It's like nerve wracking around a lot of people though.
Yeah, so you had like an audience basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Cool. And what's this other job that you're doing? Because I,
Oh right, I'm working at a place in Freehold called Iron Mountain. I'm basically like sorting through different document types, which is
cool,
pretty easy. I was
cool,
able to keep up with the production deadline too.
nice. Is this also like, is that full-time work, part-time, temp? Like, what's the deal?
It's full time. You actually called me the other night as I was leaving. I think it was on your birthday.
Oh shit, so that's the job you do late at night.
Yeah, 3:30 to midnight. You said you were coming by, but you didn't.
Oh, the Iron Mountain
No,
for
you
your
said you were
house?
gonna. You said you were gonna be at my house when I got home.
Oh yeah, I didn't think we were seriously gonna go. We were right by your house though.
That would have been funny, but I was still like 10 minutes from home when you called.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was out with Rasmus and Danny Murtha having a gay
And
old time.
and then the next night, who did you see at Starland Ballroom?
It was that same night, did he? It
Oh, it was
was
the same
earlier
night.
that night. Yeah,
Holy crap!
I saw a little band called Green Day.
Man, I haven't heard of that band before. What are they like?
They were pretty good. They were pretty all right. They did, they opened with a lot of newer songs that aren't that good, but then they played a solid like hour and 20 minutes of stuff like before American Idiot, so that was cool.
Before American Idiot is their Golden Days, right?
Yeah, I would say so. And even American Idiot, I think, is kind of a really good, ambitious album. Scott,
Scott Scott asked if they played When September Ends.
they actually didn't. They did not.
Scott, they didn't.
Those retards. It was the end of fucking September.
Yeah,
That is true.
it's true. But they played
Wait.
good
I
stuff.
hope this mic picked that up first.
I heard it,
Okay, good.
and there we go. We had our special guest.
All right, so you had a mishap too. What happened to you?
Oh, I had quite the mishap. I got to be careful with how I tell the story because this one's being recorded, and I don't want to throw anyone under any buses.
You don't want it to be on permanent record.
Yeah,
on the,
even-
on the internet.
Even if they really deserve it. In this case, I think they do. So last night I went to another show at Starline Ballroom. Went to see Bad Religion with my favorite band Against Me was also playing.
Oh yeah, you recommended me Bad Religion a while ago, I think.
Yeah, you dig them. They have 3 guitarists on most of their newer albums.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So anyway, I met up with my friend, with a mutual friend of ours who might be a guest on the show soon. We'll just say that. And basically, just the two of us were going to go, but then his brother and his brother's friends were also going. So his mom offered to give us a drive, and then the 5 of us were going to take an Uber back. That way, like, you could drink and, not have to worry about driving.
Yeah.
So I go to this friend of ours, go to his house, and I'm hanging out with him and his brother. And we're there for like a half hour or so, and then these 2 other guys came. I should say these 3 guys that are our good friends, younger brothers' friends, I generally got along with and would say like, or, I thought they were friends. And
And then
maybe
there's-
they are.
And then there's the one person who caused everything, right?
Yes, but the one person who caused everything is someone who I'd see a few times a year, who I was pretty friendly with, I thought. He's always been really obnoxious and shitty. Like, he's the kind of guy who likes to kind of just instigate stuff. Like, he just tries to piss people off.
Oh god,
Um,
I hate people like that.
Yeah, so he started that, like, the second he got there, before, and this is before the show. Because one of the things that I used to do to him, because I thought it was pretty funny, I would take like random Facebook statuses and text them to him, and I'd do it like once every few months, just because like I don't know him that well, and I thought it would be weird if he was just getting these rambling messages from me once in a while. And anytime I'd see him, he'd be like, "Dude, what's up with those crazy texts? That shit's hilarious." Like, he thought it was funny, so I kept doing it. And then I did it. The last time I did it was back in March. And he's like, "Dude, delete my fucking number." Like, he was pissed that time. So I took that as a sign not to send them to him anymore. So I stopped. And that was the last time I had any like interaction with him. So,
Oh, is he still fucking mad over that too?
well, it turns out that for whatever reason really pissed him off, was part of what pissed him off. Anyway, so we're on the way to the show, and the singer from Against Me came out as trans about 4 years ago.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So I don't know if you knew that, but so she goes by the name Laura Jane Grace now. So I was telling our mutual friend a story about Laura Jane Grace, and this dickhead, he keeps saying, he's like, "No, call him Tom. That's his name. Call him Tom." Just being like really disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
like-
It's also fucking rude.
It's rude, and you're also paying to see that band that you claim to like. Like, don't.
Yeah.
But I think he was saying it more so to try to piss me off than anything. But anyway, I just ignored him and didn't say anything. So we go to the show, and the show's a lot of fun. I barely hung out. I mostly hung out with our friend and not the 3 other guys. Once again, I've had no problem with it before. So we get an Uber back, and our friend's younger brother and his 2 friends are all very drunk. And me and our friend, I'm telling you, it's weird. I should have just made up names. It'd be easier to tell the story. But the 2 of us weren't nearly as intoxicated. We were both in pretty okay shape. And we had the Uber driver stop at Wawa on the way back because all of us were hungry. So I got like a sandwich, whatever. We get back in the Uber car, and we have like a 15-minute drive home. On the drive home, for whatever reason, this guy, the guy who I had the thing with, who was saying the stuff about Laura Jane Grace, he was sitting in the front seat. I was in the back with the three other guys. And he just starts insulting me over my movie, like starts talking shit about it, like trying
Wait,
to piss me off.
what did he say about it?
I'm trying to remember exactly what, but it was just like he's like, "Oh, your movie's not shit, you're nothing," like that kind of stuff. Like, but he wasn't, because earlier in the night he was asking me questions about the movie, and I gave him like very honest answers. So like he was trying to fuck with me. So at his day job, what I found out is like one of the things he's had to do is he's had to like wipe kids' butts, like asses. So when he said this to me, I'm like, so how's it going wiping kids' assholes for a living? And then he got pissed and said something back, and then I said something really mean to him and fucked up. And he's like, I'm going to fight you when we get out of this car. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to fight you. So we have like 5 to 10 minutes left on this car ride, and every couple of minutes he turned around and be like, I'm going to fight you. And his two friends are cracking up, and they're like, dude, let's get the boxing gloves. This shit's going to be hilarious. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, this guy's not actually going to fight me, especially if, like, I back off. Cause, like,
and then it turned out he fought you, right?
Well, we're getting there. But the thing is, as an adult, if you get into a fight, there can be serious consequences, legally speaking, like, outside of just physical harm. But I repeatedly told the dude I didn't want to fight him. And when we got out of the car, I had a feeling I would have to navigate wisely and just maybe avoid him and just go home. So we get dropped off at our mutual friend's house, and as soon as I get out of the car, he fucking runs at me. I kind of dodged him. He fell on the ground a little bit. I kicked him away, but I didn't really kick him hard at all. Like I wasn't trying to hurt him. Like the whole time I'm saying, dude, I don't want to do this. And he starts to get on top. He knocks me down, gets a little on top of me, and I'm like pushing his face, not really punching him because I didn't want it to turn into an actual fight. And then he just started choking me against the cement on the side.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, and this is going on. All this happened over a span of 30 seconds to a minute. And our friend just kept telling him to get off of me. The other two guys were cracking up because they thought it was hilarious.
Those other two people are fucked up.
Yeah, it was kind of dick. In their defense, like I don't know why I'm defending them, but they were pretty damn drunk, and they probably didn't see that he was choking me maybe and just thought he was on top of me. But he had his like arm around my neck and was pushing me against the cement. So I ended up with a bunch of scrapes and bruises on like my knees, my wrists, and it's been hard for me to swallow all day today. Like it hurts to swallow.
Yeah, he might have damaged your windpipes too.
Yeah.
If he was like choking you while you were on the ground.
Yeah, and I have some scratches on my upper body as well. And after the fight, like not even the fight, because it's not really a fight, because I didn't try to fight back. Like I just kind of took it. Afterwards, I swore, for whatever reason, my instinct was to try to apologize and shake hands with him. I don't know why, because he's a piece of shit, dickhead asshole. But he wasn't like, he's like, and that's when he's like, dude, stop sending me those fucking texts then. Like, so I'm pretty sure these weird texts that were not insulting got under his skin, even though I stopped sending them to him. Like, at this point, it's been like
6 months or so.
Yeah, well over 6 months. So that's what happened. And then our friend drove me home, and our friend has a brand new car, which I ended up getting blood and mulch and dirt on. And yeah, so I got home, and and I've been pretty sore today. It's not the choke hurt me, and then it's just my left knee must have hit the sidewalk pretty hard, so it kind of hurts to walk.
You're okay otherwise though, right?
Yeah, like I'm pissed, and on one hand, I guess what feels shitty about it was I normally have my car keys at my side, like on the side of my pants, but I didn't bring my keys with me last night because I wasn't driving, and I reached for my keys. Like I was gonna, if I had my keys on me, I think I might have hit him in the face with some car keys, and that would have been really terrible.
You would have had a little makeshift weapon though.
That's the thing, yeah, but just think about whether like that could have really hurt him, or like it could have got him to get fucked up even more. But if
it could have enraged him too.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I can't stress to you like how little I was fighting back. Like I did not put up a fight because I just didn't want any part of it. Like there have been one other time in my life where I purposely was really punched someone and I swung. Whereas this, I was kind of just essentially, basically like with the backside of my hand, sort of slapping his face to try to get him off me.
Yeah, you were pushing him away, but he was like on you.
Yeah, he's a bit taller than me, a bit heavier. So like, and it's just any other time I've ever been in something resembling a fight or a physical altercation, it's usually seconds after like it escalates, right?
Yep.
And whereas this was, it happened in the car very briefly, the argument, and then there was 5 to 10 minutes of his two friends egging him on to fight me and him saying he was going to, and me saying, I don't want to fight you. And then I was barely out of the car when he went after me.
I wonder what the Uber driver was thinking.
Yeah, well, he heard the whole thing. And the Uber driver was probably just fed up because it was a car full of like drunk idiots. These guys,
He got your money though, so.
Yeah, and these guys, I should say, are like the three guys, not our friend, but these three guys are all total frat bro asshole types. I say this like I'm trying not to be pissed at the other two guys because like I generally like them and they've always been decent to me, and I think they were just drunk and thought the idea of someone like me getting into a fight was hilarious. But it wasn't. I don't know. I usually like with a fight, it's swinging punches, kicks, shoving. But like to me, like the choking's like where you really cross a line.
Yeah.
Especially when the other person's not really fighting back.
Yeah, that's just fucked up in general. Like someone would do that to somebody else.
Yeah, and it's like, I can't but imagine too if we had, like I go to shows a lot with our friend, our mystery friend who was on the last episode of the podcast. If he was there, he would have killed the person.
Oh, he would have?
You know it. He's a big.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him fight before.
Have you ever seen him like in the pit?
No.
Even like when he's like moshing.
Only at your basement shows.
Yeah, and he goes a little easy there. But
he goes all hardcore fight, right?
Yeah, like he'll get into it. Like if you piss him off, like he's the kind of guy that'll break someone.
You should bring him with you next time.
There shouldn't be a next time. Like I'm just gonna avoid. So this dude who tried to fight me. Well, I don't even want to say he fought me because that implies
that you fought back.
Yeah, because I really didn't, and I told him I didn't want to do it, which I guess doesn't make a lot of sense. So this guy, essentially assaulted and battered me.
Why didn't you call the cops?
It ran through my mind, because it's like if I sue him or something, like I'm trying to move to Los Angeles in the next several months. So it did cross my mind, but what it comes down to is two things. One, the witnesses would have been his two friends, and the Uber driver maybe saw it, and then our friend. But like, I wouldn't want to put them in that position. And then
yeah, that's a good idea.
Also to put myself through having to just go over this again and again. And like, and it's crossed my mind. There's things I could do to this guy. Like I could probably easily get him fired from his job with some of the stuff I know about him, aside from just this.
Wait, I have an idea. Write him into your next movie.
Yeah, it might happen. I'm sure this incident will influence something creatively.
You should write me into it too. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, dude, if we end up in Texas at the same time, you're gonna be in the movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that was the thing, and I'm trying to just think if I left out any other important details, but it was fairly unexpected and not really how I thought the night was gonna go. But if you hang out with testosterone-driven frat boys, they're going to do dumb, masculine shit to try to feel tough, and it's just stupid.
Were they the kind of dudes that were like, come at me, bro?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of, but they happen to be into, like, punk rock music, which, when you think about the ethics of a lot of these bands that we go to see, it doesn't line up with people like them. Like, you don't go to an Against Me show and claim to be into their music and then purposely refuse to call the singer by a proper name. Like, that's just shitty and rude.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's just, like, fucked up behavior in general.
Yeah. So, Yeah, that was last night, and yeah, I had to vacuum my bathroom from all the dirt and mulch that came off my shirt when I took it off last night.
So this happened like in front of our friend's house too?
Yeah, like right across the street from his house.
Oh shit.
This was like 12 or so at night. Yeah, probably around midnight.
You should have told me last night.
I thought about it. I think I try to reach out to you?
Oh wait, I was actually in bed by then.
Yeah, I might
Because
have.
I had to work at 5 a.m. I gotta work at 5 a.m. tomorrow too.
It's crazy. And which job are you working at 5? Petco?
Yep.
That's good. Do you think you'll keep both jobs if you get them?
I'm not sure how it's gonna play out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I have like the Fridays, they're unavoidable at both of them.
Gotcha. So,
Cause one they conflict with the schedule.
so you would have to choose one over the other.
Yeah,
Which one pays better?
the Petco one. But then I'm also around the dangerous machinery too.
Yeah.
Whereas at the other one, I'm just sorting through different types of documents,
Which seems like something you'd be good at.
and I get to listen to music while I'm doing it too.
Yeah, granted, I'm not the best person to take financial advice from, but it sounds to me like if you have to choose, or if you get to choose, I would go with the one that you're happier working at, even if you're
Yep.
making less money.
The only problem is it's about a 35 minute drive.
That's not that bad.
It's not too bad, but if it paid more, I would be way more into it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Petco warehouse is only like less than 10 minutes from home.
Oh, damn. Interesting.
It's not too much more money though.
Gotcha.
You know what? The meaning of life is actually money and fights.
Yeah, I think that's what we learned so far today.
And crashing with forklifts.
Yeah, Diddy, so I have. All right, so I have a topic of conversation I'm going to save for the next episode.
Where we might
So
have
we're
our
gonna-
special guest, right?
Yeah, I'd like to have our special guest with us for that one. Would you want to? The special guest is someone that just moved into a house in Edison. Would you want to do it there, or would you prefer to do it here?
I think I'd prefer to do it at yours, unless does he have like audio set up there?
He does. Well, he lives with Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob has an audio set up.
Man, maybe we could have. Would it be too crazy to have like multiple guests? Do you think we can handle that, or should we spread it out?
I think we can handle that if we have a microphone for everybody though.
Yeah, because I could see. Well, because yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk too much about this on air. I don't want to burn no bridges with my friends in the Pearson house with some of the things that you might say.
Oh god.
Because they're also the people that seem to listen to this.
They actually oh wait, you said they were listening to it on their TV, right?
Yeah, when I went there last week, I was just there today actually. Jammed with
That's
Bob and Paul for a little bit.
That's actually pretty embarrassing if they're listening to us on a TV.
Yeah, but hey,
It's what people do.
yeah, you know what we were listening to in the car,
What?
Bob and Paul. We were listening to your album.
Did anyone enjoy it?
Yeah, dude, we all enjoyed it.
I'm still curious if people actually listened to it or not.
They were. And I think We Start Over is the fucking jam.
I love that tone I have in it.
Yeah,
Which-
the very first version I think is the best sounding and best mixed thing that I've ever heard from you.
Thank you. I
Well,
like that tremolo on the clean guitar too.
yeah, that sounded dope. You know what we could bring up too? We've seen each other since the last episode.
Oh yeah, we have
We did a secret thing.
a secret project that
That-
it's gonna come out like sometime next year, probably.
Possibly sooner, but that's the extent of it. And you also will be one of a few celebrity special guests, including a real life celebrity. So
I'm only a celebrity in the confines of Monroe.
yeah, you haven't taken over the world yet. Soon though.
I will once this podcast goes triple platinum.
Yeah, we're already double platinum, so it should be triple in no time. Like I think this episode will boost up the ratings a little, but I think there's a chance our fans are going to think we went for too hard hitting of a topic. You know, kind of too depressing. But
Yeah, but sadly, violence is part of the meaning of life.
yeah, but when we bring out our special guests in the upcoming weeks, woo!
That's gonna be some fire right there.
Yeah, do you know who we should get to be on the podcast? I don't know if I should say because what if he says no or we can't get him?
Just say it anyway. They're not
H,
gonna listen to it.
H kill from the roast beefs.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we might have to do it through Skype like this, but I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be cool to have him. Does he use Skype often?
Not really, but I'm sure he can figure it out or has it.
I
Um,
know he told me he streams sometimes. I think. Or is
yeah,
that the other guys?
that might have been Bobby or Coppin-S, but either way, H kill. Yeah, I think maybe I'll ask him to do it sometime, and maybe like the two of us can be in person and Skype, or we'll figure it out. You can do a three-way Skype, right?
Yeah, we can. Or we can like have camera set up too, maybe.
Cool. Yeah, because yeah, I'd say like we could wait for him to come through here, but he doesn't come to Jersey that often. So
I can understand. New Jersey sucks.
I disagree.
Oh, I got another topic too.
Yeah, what's up?
You met somebody the day before your birthday, right?
Yes, I met the one of the greatest people in the history of mankind.
At a book signing, right?
I met Bruce Springsteen the day his book came out at the Freehold Barnes and Noble. Freehold's the town he grew up in and was born in.
Yeah, you got to take a picture with him too.
Yeah, shook his hand. It was very soft. I have a signed copy of his book. And yeah, he was nice. He seemed a little overwhelmed. Because he normally doesn't do these signing things where he's basically talking to like thousands of people for like 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah,
But
I heard on NGI 1015 that he like only had like 5 to 10 seconds to talk to people.
yeah, it was very quick, but it's not every day you get to be touched by a literal legend. And two interesting things. One, he had very soft hands, which I wasn't expecting because he's like such a working class kind of person. And then the other thing, he showed up like an hour and a half early, and he ended up leaving like 45 minutes early. So there's some people who got there late that didn't get to meet him.
That sucks to be them. Were you
Yeah.
early?
Yeah, I got there like a half hour before it was supposed to start.
Were you like one of the first 50 people or so?
Oh no, there are a lot of people ahead of me. Like it took like the whole process because they had the line form in the parking lot of the Barnes and Noble, and then they had parking by the racetrack. So I had to park at the racetrack, walk, and then wait, and like the whole process took like 2 hours.
Oh, the racetrack in Freehold, right?
Yeah,
I actually work kind of near there.
shit, man.
It's
Well,
like 5 minutes from there.
do you ever hang out in downtown Freehold?
Not really. Most of the time I get out, I just go home.
Because like there's some cool stuff like on that little bit of like Main Street in downtown Freehold. There's some good like restaurants, bars, and that kind of stuff.
And Panada guy is there. He has a store there.
Yeah.
He also got food trucks too.
Mm-hmm.
I see one in Old Bridge all the time.
Food trucks are cool.
They had a food truck festival in Jamesburg in like August and July.
Yeah, they did. Did you go?
I went to one last year, but not this year because I didn't have money.
Yeah, shit. Diddy, you know what Bob had for the first time in his life today, and I'm wondering if you've ever had it. Have you ever had falafel?
I actually haven't.
I had it for the first time when I was in the UK a couple of years ago, which is weird because it's not like a UK food. I just always assumed there was meat in it, but there's not.
You went to the UK?
Yeah, you didn't know I was in the United Kingdom for like 10
No,
days?
I didn't.
My movie screened in Scotland, and I stayed with one of my actors is from Scotland, but he is living in London. So I basically spent most of the days in London, and then in the middle of the trip, we flew to Scotland for 2 nights.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, Diddy, you gotta have falafel. It's the shit. Mamoon's in New Brunswick. There's also one in Princeton. Like they make the best fucking falafel ever, and it's really cheap. Like, you get a falafel sandwich for like $4.50.
I'll think about it.
Dude, you'll do it.
I'll do it one day. You gotta take me there though.
I'll take you. We gotta Sally Draper is gonna really try to kind of break into the New Brunswick music scene once the EP comes out, if that ever happens.
Once the EP, yeah,
Yeah.
I can't say anything else.
Well, I'm talking about the old EP, not even the new, not the secret project, but
I didn't want to give that much away. Sorry.
no, that's cool. But the EP that's been pretty much finished for the last 6 weeks, that we had hard drive issues, but
Has it ever been recovered yet? The Foley? Did
yeah,
Bob
Bob
get it
thinks he
together?
has all of it now. It's just he has to. The files are disorganized on the computer, so he has to like find all the Audacity files, like those little files.
Oh, he's got to do that manually.
I think so, but I think there's a way he can avoid doing it manually, and because he's like a technophobe. So tomorrow is going to be like his first time to like really work with it. I told him to like have me come over and look at it with him because I'm not even a PC guy, but I feel like I could probably figure out a better way to do it, and I feel like you definitely could, right?
Yeah, I might be able to.
Yeah, so hopefully by this time tomorrow we'll have a better idea of what's going on and if anything got really fucked. One potential casualty from his hard drive failures, he may have lost the EP that. Oh fuck! I don't know if I should be saying this, but should I?
Do it. Nobody listens to
He
us.
recorded it. I know, but the few people who do are all affected by this, and I don't want to be the one telling them if they haven't heard yet. I guess I could say fuck it, but he might have lost the whole Stuart Dolly EP that they recorded earlier this year.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
I think he can find all the stuff again.
I don't know because he explained it to me. Like basically, he had like his hard drive was set up as like a RAID system, like 3 different things, like different little drives, I guess. And like 1 or 2 of them are royally fucked up. One of them isn't, and the one that the Draper stuff was on isn't.
Wait, he has a RAID set up with like old software and an old computer?
I think so. Yeah.
How did he manage that?
I don't know.
That has me so curious.
Yeah, because it wasn't his computer. It was. I don't know. Maybe it was his dad's or something. I
I
don't
could
know.
see that. I could see that.
Yeah, like he didn't. Yeah, build it. But
He needs a new computer.
yeah, I think. Well, I think he's maybe getting one. I don't know.
He should get like a modern PC like mine.
He should get a Mac. That way, he never has any issues again.
Good joke, Ryan.
I've never had a virus. Gone through 3 Macs in my lifetime. 2 of them I still use regularly.
Did you ever have any issues though, like cables and stuff?
No. Yeah, no.
Because my aunt uses exclusively Mac, and she's like always at the Genius Bar.
Well, I can't say what her problem is. Yeah, the closest thing, like my MacBook from 2007, the battery doesn't work anymore, so it needs to be plugged in, and it runs very, very slow. And the one I'm recording this on right now, which is a 2011 iMac, basically I need to do an iOS update of the system, but I'm afraid to do it because I use a pirated version of Final Cut Pro that I'm afraid won't work when I do that, and I need that for like editing.
For your movie,
and,
for your movie. Do you do
Yeah.
all the editing yourself?
I've done all my editing on a few projects. Like the backseat, I edited myself. The next movie, I'm editing mostly on my own, but I have another editor I'm working with, a friend of mine who's incredibly talented, and he's worked on like a whole bunch of big movies in the editorial departments. But he's going to be on in like a more limited capacity.
That's actually good. So it's not only you this time.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I like editing. It's probably my favorite part of the process. It's the least stressful to me.
I enjoy editing too. I only really do gameplay stuff, and
Yeah.
and Sony Vegas crashes on me constantly.
Damn. Yeah, I got, unfortunately, Final Cut Pro isn't the industry standard anymore, so I used Avid a little bit in high school, but I need to either start learning Avid or Premiere. Like I'm gonna have to cut. We're probably cutting the next movie on Avid, which I don't even have right now, but
I have a really old version of Adobe Premiere because you get it free because they give it away for free now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still haven't really dug into it and tried to learn.
Hmm.
But Sony Vegas crashes on you when like something is like too high of a bit rate.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know how to get that to working because I do gameplay videos with my friends. Like that hour-long video of Rocket League.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. When you sent me that, I was like, dude, this is fucking over an hour long.
It's like these guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Too many fisting jokes too.
Yeah, well, we
Behind
know.
the dumpster.
We know how much you love fisting.
Hey, everybody likes something different, right?
Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't like a good fist in the bum? What is there any other ground we should cover in this episode? Do you need to sleep, or are we trying to get deeper here into this meaning of life?
I gotta sleep pretty soon, but I'm still in it if you are.
Yeah, I'm always in it. I am saving though the one thing I wanted to save. I do want to save for when we have our special guest. It's about a video, but that's all I'll say.
Oh, I forgot to ask you for that remix video from the last
Oh
episode.
shit! Yeah, man. I've never uploaded that tonight. Maybe let me see if I could send it to you over Skype right now.
And then I'll try to throw it into
Yeah,
this.
and maybe we could get your reaction of you watching it. It's fucking weird, just so you know.
I want to see it though.
Yeah, let me see. It's not. I don't think it's that big of a file.
Probably not, especially if it was done a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 85 megabytes.
That should take like an hour to send or so.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know your internet speed.
I don't.
I got a Fios though.
Yeah, my internet's not that bad.
So it all depends on Skype then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's taking like 2 seconds. Look, it's almost done already.
Wait, let me see.
Dude,
It's not. I guess it has to. Oh, now it's sending.
yeah, it said complete on my end already.
It uploads to to Skype servers, and then it'll start sending to me. I think.
Yeah, but that uploaded so quickly.
It's already done downloading.
Yeah. So, are you gonna watch it and kind of give your commentary, I guess, or do you wanna? How do you wanna do this?
I'll watch it. Ah, no, fuck.
What?
It's the audio from this video is gonna be in the recording because my computer is recording all the audio
okay.
that's playing.
Well, I guess that's still fair. So I guess you could play it and we'll discuss it afterwards, and then you could put the link or something.
All right, I'm gonna play it right now.
All right. So to just give the backstory in case people missed the second episode. This was what we gave to the Petersons as a wedding gift. By the way, I don't know if we told you that part.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, but yeah.
We also didn't mention that the Godfather business you were talking about after.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should. All right. Do you want to watch the video first? Do you want to talk about how you're going to be the godfather to Greg Peterson's child?
Well, Greg didn't tell me anything about that, so I'm not
Dude,
talking to him about it.
It's a huge responsibility.
And this the day of my daughter's wedding. This the day of my. I can't do that voice.
That's pretty good though.
The day of my daughter's wedding. All right, I'm watching it right now.
Okay.
Oh God, this is embarrassing. King! Oh God. I love that crazy laugh. Look at all the leaves! Scott moonwalking. It's Upset remix. Oh god, that was too good. It's over now. Did I lose you?
No, I just didn't want to talk over it.
Why was that so good?
So you see, we avoided showing you this for years. We're like, what if he somehow takes it the wrong way?
What if he gets mad and
Yeah.
calls the cops on us like Chris Lobo?
Well, Lobo called the cops?
I'm pretty sure Chris Lobo did at that Lobo Lost thing.
Oh, I didn't know he called the cops. Shit.
Didn't Greg's computer get taken too?
I don't know. We got it. That is something we need some podcast guests to talk about.
That means we need to get Greg on one day
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard with him being. But then again, you're gonna be the godfather of his child, so you should be seeing him a lot.
Well, we gotta talk about that though, because nobody tells me anything.
You got to reach out to him. He's busy. He's about to have a kid.
I'm not reaching out to anybody.
Why not?
I'm not even reaching out to you right now. We're not talking through Skype.
Yeah. Well, Greg's gonna be very upset when Amanda's pushing out the baby and he needs the godfather to cut the umbilical cord.
The Godfather doesn't really do that though.
It does in Amanda's religion. She's like one of those Methodists or whatever.
Is she like a Mormon or something?
No, I said Methodists. That's where they have the godfather cut the umbilical cord.
You know what? I'm gonna have to look that up right now.
All right, fine, go for it. But what did you
Dude.
think of the video, man?
It was hilarious.
Yeah, do you think Scott's going to be bothered by it?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Umbilical cord. Why am I searching this?
Because you want something to jerk off to.
No, I can't find anything about the Godfather on here.
No, but that's one of your responsibilities. It says Godfather to Peterson's baby.
The day of my daughter's wedding.
Have you seen The Godfather?
I haven't.
Yeah, I had a feel. For some reason, you don't really strike me as the kind of guy that would have seen it. So I think it's even better that you have this badass impression.
I read the book though.
You did?
Yeah, I read the first 2 books.
Huh. How long ago did you read it?
When I was in senior year in high school.
Yeah.
So like 9 years.
Interesting.
That is interesting. Vinny Caruso got the whole class to read it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he did anything in high school other than try to wasn't he kind of a class clown? I'm trying to put it nicely because I don't remember that well.
Yeah, he was, but he also got my whole language class to read The Godfather.
It's interesting.
And then I read the second on my own time.
Ooh.
I still have my copy of it somewhere, I think.
Yeah.
I like it in book form. And that, folks, is the meaning of life.
The meaning
The
of life is
Godfather.
The Godfather. It is the DePiro Hurricane video, the remix video.
Getting beat up by people you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass, bro.
Yeah. Having, and then you crashing forklifts.
And yeah, that's part of the video.
Yeah.
That's part of life. Accidents. Car accidents. My daughter's wedding. I don't know.
What the fuck, Scoob?
Like, what the fuck, Scoob? I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Man, I had something I wanted to ask you about that I think Bob brought up. Shit, dude, this is upsetting.
Bob brought something up?
I thought so, yeah. Like an old tale from back in the day. Do you remember when Greg used to before Greg gave you his guitar, how he used to be a guitar god?
I hear about that, but
Yeah.
I've never seen him play except one time he was playing the Batman theme.
On the guitar?
One time at one of your basement shows in while we were still in high school. He was playing the Batman theme on guitar.
Really?
No, 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 no. Yeah, that
I have
one.
no memory of that. But yeah, he's like the best guitar player that I've ever met, probably.
How come he doesn't play in anything then?
I don't know.
He could probably make a killer blues band with his skill, probably.
Probably, but he's gonna be too busy having the baby. But maybe you and him, have the Godfather jam.
Nah. That ain't gonna work out, man.
Um, do you know what you're gonna wear to the birth?
I'm not going to the birth because I'm not the Godfather.
He wants you to be the Godfather. Everyone knows this.
I'm denouncing my role as the Godfather. I can't do that voice.
He's doing pretty
I'm
good. Man.
denouncing that role as the Godfather. What if he talked really soft?
The Godfather or you?
The
Or
Godfather.
It'd be disturbing.
I'm gonna send out a hit on you two for kicking my daughter's ass. He did that, right? His daughter fought with her husband.
I think so. I haven't read the book. I haven't seen the movie in quite a long time.
That makes sense if you wouldn't remember them.
Yeah, I have the first two on DVD. I kind of want to rewatch them because I didn't like them that much, and I feel like as a film person, I'm supposed to think they're like the best.
You gotta think of them as masterpieces like everybody else does.
Yeah, well, the second one especially has like some of my favorite cinematography that I've seen.
You've gotta conform to cinematography standards like that.
Yeah, total conformist.
Conformity denied. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Dude, what are you doing on the 29th? It's a Saturday.
The 29th, probably working.
Uh,
What are you doing on the 29th?
Playing a basement show in Hamilton.
In Hamilton.
Yeah.
Who do we know that lives in Hamilton?
Zach, the guitar player from what's it called? From Never Fall Silent.
They were one of the bands that played at your basement show recently, right? The one where I drank at?
Yeah, the one that you drank at.
That's how you know. That's how you know it was recent, because I never really drank before.
Yeah.
Aside from that other podcast, too.
Yeah, the one where you got silly.
I wasn't silly. I sounded like I wanted to kill myself.
You sounded silly to me.
Thank you. I don't know how to take it, sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what happens when people drink. It's better you get silly drunk than angry, I'm gonna fight you drunk, like some people.
I'm gonna fight you, bro. As soon as we get out of this car, I'm gonna fight you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. If only you were there to defend me, Diddy.
As soon as we get off this podcast, I'm gonna fight you.
Me? Oh no. The last time someone said they were gonna fight me after something, it actually happened.
It's gonna happen again, Ryan.
Ah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, should I actually try to put this podcast on iTunes?
Yeah, why not?
I don't think we do it consistently enough to make it worth it.
I think it would be worth it because then you're going to get a bigger chance of people stumbling upon it, and then like our fans. Like the thing about YouTube is YouTube's not great for like when you're on the go.
Yeah, I understand that too.
I listen to most of my podcasts when I'm driving, so.
Do people listen to podcasts all that often anymore, though?
Yeah, totally. Dude, Obama was on WTF with Mark Maron last year.
He was?
Yeah. Fucking Obama.
I just didn't think they were that big anymore.
No, I think they are. I think it's just the novelty of it's kind of worn off. Like, I think people kind of know what it is.
I remember back, like, when we were in high school, I had that iPod, and then people are like, oh, we have podcasts now. I was like, what are those?
Yeah, I remember being very confused by seeing the option podcast on, like, an iPod and being like, what the fuck is this? What was the first podcast you listened to?
It was called ContinueCast, where people play games and then they talk about them, like, a week after. And then they play more of it and try to finish it, and then they discuss the games and like things like that.
Yeah,
They're actually really funny guys from Philly too.
Interesting. Yeah, my first one was Kevin Smith's podcast, Smodcast.
Isn't it like a subscribe podcast where you gotta pay for it?
No, you can pay for it and get it without the ads, or you could just listen. Like they don't have a ton of ads anyway.
What if we had ads eventually, like, go to audibletrial.com/Brian and Ryan.
Yeah, I think that'd be sweet. I think that should be our next goal for the next episode.
To get it on iTunes?
To get it on iTunes and to get a sponsorship.
That
And
would
then
be awesome.
we could do a live podcast, have a crowd.
We could also have call-ins so people could be like, hey, first-time listener.
First time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, that's it.
But I guess they
First-time,
could be a
long-time.
first time listener. I think we should do at one of these basement shows at the Edison house. We should see if they'll let us do a live podcast at the beginning of it, and we'll just have our friends on as guests.
I actually love that idea.
Yeah, like I think it'll bore the shit out of everyone other than us, but it could be fun.
I think so, too. Like, if it's before everybody's there and we're just, like, talking out before the show.
Yeah, and like we'll have the people from the bands if they want to come through, and yeah, it could be pretty sick, dick.
They could promote their music, too.
Yeah, to our huge audience.
And we could, like, record bootleg samples of music and just, like, play little short bits of it or something.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
I'm just coming up with ideas.
Yeah, dude, and their house is nice. I don't know if I talked to you since the first time I went there, but it's pretty cool. It's a weird setup because it was built to be like a doctor's office with the residents on top of it. Like that's kind of the type of feel it has. So
Do they have a whole house to themselves?
Yeah, it is 3 floors plus a basement
Holy shit.
and 2 living rooms.
Damn, I'm kind of jealous because I'm stuck here in a basement.
Well, dude, if I don't want to speak for them, but if like one of them, so the 3 of them are on the lease for the next year. But yeah, if by like next August, if you're looking for a place, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them moves out. It could be
I'll
a good-
think
good
about
place.
it. If I'm not in this state anymore, I wouldn't be able to.
Well, yeah,
Meaning of life is getting out of Jersey.
yeah. Unfortunately, we're born like Bruce said.
We were born to run away
Yeah.
from New Jersey.
Yeah, man. Shit. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to the next episode with our special guest. Special guest who happens to be, I'm pretty sure we can safely say, is the biggest fan of the podcast.
The one he actually talks to me about it too.
Yeah, big fan. Big fan, little dick. No, I'm just kidding. He has a massive dong. Who is it? You'll just have to wait to the next episode to find out.
And he'll be on here.
And then the biggest thing I want to hype up for this next episode, Brian, I'm gonna get the DL from you on what I think is the greatest video to ever happen in the history of cinema, in the history of YouTube, in the history of anything.
Okay, but what is it?
I don't want
You
to say it
can't-
now. I'll mention it on the podcast, and I want you to spill all of the details to the best of your ability
The details of what?
of this video. You're familiar with it, trust me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess this is where we should wrap up, or any other things we should be talking about other than you being the Godfather soon?
I can't think of anything actually.
Yeah, this was a good one. I wasn't expecting to have like a real pod, but I think this will be an instant classic.
We had stuff to talk about. That's the difference between the last ones.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
I don't
we've been living life and getting into fights and forklift accidents.
Yeah, like who knows what will happen between now and the next episode.
Probably work.
Yeah, shit.
I think work is the meaning of life.
Work, yeah, you work and then you die. Or you die at work if you're not careful driving the forklift.
I'm sorry. That's gonna be me.
Diddy. Gotta be careful.
I'll be careful.
Yeah.
I'll probably not be on those things anymore though.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be a liability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. I know. Trust me, I've been in a vehicle with you that nearly killed us all.
Don't remind everybody.
Wait, did we ever talk about that on here?
No, we haven't. We've only got like 2 other episodes of this.
Yeah, well, I want to make sure because we go so in depth all the time. So should we wait until we have the other person? I don't know if we'll get that person to be on the podcast though. So
I think the next guest we can talk about it because I don't think he knows the story either.
yeah, he might not. So yeah, so next episode, Diddy's gonna take us behind the scenes into the greatest piece of cinema video art ever. And we're going to talk about the time that you almost got me and another friend of ours killed.
We almost got dead.
Very dead. Not even joking. It was the scariest thing to ever happen.
I remember seeing the look on someone else's face as he leaned out the window giving me the finger too.
Yeah, because you almost got them killed as well.
I couldn't help it. It was the day of my daughter's wedding.
And I think that's how we need to end this podcast, Diddy.
With the Godfather voice?
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for listening to this podcast.
Bye.
Peace out on this, the day of my daughter's wedding.